Okay. It is the very last episode of Boro Tailgate Talks on the Edinburgh Now channel. Episode 69. Nice. And AJ and Caden are back for the very last episode of Boro Tailgate Talks. Of course, next week it is the first Tailgate Talks. And this is crazy. This is crazy that this is we're wrapping up on the Edinburgh Now channel, wrapping up with episode 69. Nice. But yeah, so football heavy again, obviously, because the playoffs have started, which, by the way, it's crazy how the playoffs are already here. Like, the season just went by fast.
It did.
And I'm looking at the screen. AJ, is that like a Spider-Man web on your roof?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That
when I moved into this room when I was like 8.
Sickest decal ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick. But yeah, so I figured we need to start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unfortunately, AJ, sorry.
Opening thoughts.
Opening thoughts. Yeah, I got this.
Terrible towel curse is real.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. I got this.
Kill the Steelers.
If there's one thing I could say about the Steelers going into the playoffs, is that we're winning the whole thing. Dude, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Mason Rudolph, MVP. Matt Canada, MVP. Mike Tomlin, MVP. I don't care. I don't care, boys. I don't care. Here. I got something else to add on to. How about a little song? You guys want to hear a little song? Little song? Huh?
Let's hear it, Mike.
Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's gone to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. We are so without TJ Watt. Oh no. Steelers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna lose to the Bills on TV. Oh no.
Bars.
If I may add something about the Steelers, though, on a serious note, we have to be the most resilient team in the NFL.
That's one way to describe them.
You cannot kill the Steelers.
You're gonna make AJ leave the room.
Certainly don't go away.
We're like, how could you compare the Steelers? Like, I can't.
Yeah, let's do what the rest of the media does for every team. I mean, the Bills are already like the 91 Bulls, so like we might as well just do some stuff for the Steelers too. Oh God.
Since we're a part of PA Media, I was thinking about maybe starting a fake rumor about Mason Rudolph and letting it spread. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that would be a really good idea. I think we start a fake rumor about Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, he said that he wanted to be traded to the Saints immediately.
Mason Rudolph called Kenny Pickett's wife hot and then demanded a trade in front of the entire team. And said he's better than Derek Carr, and that that Henry Ruggs didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
Well, I mean the Derek Carr part, maybe.
Make an argument.
Maybe.
The fact that could be a genuine discussion is really, really funny.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, let's not waste any more time. Obviously the playoffs are here. And the Steelers did beat the Ravens, and the Titans beat the Jags. Yes, the terrible towel the curse is apparently real.
Been real forever. Don't do it.
And I'm gonna say this with the Ravens game. Team win. Everybody stuck together, and in the rain, which
God, it was disgusting out. That was crazy.
You see the fumbles, and you can argue, okay, those turnovers can't happen, but I think I can let some of those fumbles slide because of the rain.
The Ravens also have the most sacks in the league, so like
that too. So
all I gotta say is big quarterback hands didn't help him there, did they? Though Kenny Pickett's little boy hands.
Hey, listen, Jared Goff probably would have fumbled like 3 more times if it was him.
Yeah, honestly. But real quick, Alex, Caden, AJ, I know you don't give a crap. You guys want to give your thoughts on the on the Steeler game as I look up the brackets?
Yeah, Caden, you can go ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like you said, I think it was a good win. It was a needed win. I'm not trashing on Mason Rudolph. I'm glad he's doing good. Let me put that out there first. I want us to win as a team. Do I like Kenny Pickett? Yes. I think he kind of came back down to earth a little bit this game, though. He had that nice little slant and go to Deontay for that 80-yard touchdown, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like yeah.
But it just seemed for good pass, good run. It just seemed like the offense did struggle a little bit in this game.
That touchdown also did come on an unbelievably stupid decision by Marcus Williams over top.
Yes.
Right.
I think good win overall. Was it against their backups? Some of them, yes, but I find that we played better against Lamar actually than Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was a good win. We needed it. We're in the playoffs. So at this point, all I can say is we have nothing to lose. We're the last seed. We're the lowest team expected to make the Super Bowl. So we just got to go surprise people.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think it was a good team win for sure. I think it was good to see Mason keep it going. Najee played another good game. Jalen and Najee are very quickly becoming a very viable running back duo in the league. I think they might be one of the, if you want to go pure, like genuine teams that can genuinely run a 2 running back system, I would say they're up there with probably, I would say JT and Zach Moss might be the best, I would think.
We pretty much have 2 starting running backs.
Yeah, I would say JT and Zach Moss would be the only duo I would genuinely 100% take, unless you want to say, like, I just don't know. Does San Francisco have a second really good running back? They have CMC and probably Elijah Mitchell, I'd say.
Yeah.
Or Debo.
Don't forget about Mostert and Achane, though.
Yeah, Mostert and Achane. I was going to say, I think those are the 3 right there. I think it's JT and Moss, Mostert and Achane, and then Najee and Jalen are the top 3 running back duos in the league right now, I would think.
Now we need to be like PA Media. So who is going to be the starting quarterback in the play? I'm kidding. It's obviously
we already
Mason Rudolph. They made up their mind for 2024, but I don't give a shit about 2024. I only care about the playoffs because that's what's ahead. So there you go. So the AFC teams are obviously Steelers versus Bills, Dolphins versus Chiefs, Browns versus Texans. My God, CJ Stroud. Holy smokes. And then the first seed Ravens. And then for the NFC, Packers versus the Cowboys. Rams versus the Lions, which is I'm really
Matthew Stafford's return to Detroit. The scriptwriters did us so good this year.
That's gonna be an awesome game.
Yeah, that's the main reason. I don't care what the score. Like that's the main reason why I'm tuning in is because Stafford's return to
Lamar and the
Detroit.
Ravens exposed Brock Purdy and the 49ers. A Matthew Stafford return to Detroit. Like, so many good script moments from the NFL this year.
Mm-hmm. And then Eagles versus the Bucks and 49ers is the first seed. So looking at the Super Bowl logo, looks like it's going to be Ravens and Bucks or 49ers according to the scriptwriters.
Well, Baker and the Bucks are definitely going to beat Jalen and the Eagles. So.
Yeah, honestly, that's my first. I think that's my only upset for that. Honestly,
I have something to say about that game later.
I forget. I changed my mind on the only upset. But here, how about this? I think what we could do here is we all name our most overrated team in the playoffs, most underrated team in the playoffs, our Super Bowl predictions, who we think is going to win the Super Bowl, and how about this? To make it interesting, you pick one upset from the first round.
All right.
One. So I'll start off, and I think we should start off with the upset. And I'm not saying it because he's here. I actually think the Packers could have a chance against the Cowboys. I think Jordan Love, just like what AJ posts on his story, is him. And I think the Packers could beat the Cowboys. If I wasn't going to pick that, my second choice would be the Bucks over the Eagles, and then my third choice obviously because they're my team, would be the Steelers over the Bills. But I think out of all of those, the most realistic one is the Packers beating the Cowboys. Because again, it's the Cowboys in the playoffs. We've seen this before. So that's going to be my upset. So who wants to go next?
Want me to
Yeah, I
go
think-
next?
Yeah, go ahead, Gain. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So I
No,
think
you're good, you're good.
my number one upset, which I guess at this point it's not really an upset, but it's going to be the Bucks and the Eagles. The Eagles have not been playing well at all. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But another thing is Baker's underrated. Baker has been playing great, but he's just not in a good system. I've always been a fan of him. I think I'm taking that as my upset.
Yeah, the line for this game, which I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure they probably haven't even come out with the lines for these games yet, or the betting odds or anything like that. I wouldn't imagine. But this Bucks Eagles, if the Eagles are favored, it is literally a sports bettor's wet dream. This is the easiest big hit going against the spread you could possibly get. I think the Eagles defense is terrible. I think that they are floundering, and when they can't get to the 1 yard line or get to 3rd and 1 and shove Jalen Hurts forward 4 yards, they suck. So
Exactly.
Big Show and the Bucks in the divisional round against who would they even end up playing? They would end up playing. They would probably end up playing the Niners.
Most
Or maybe Dallas. I don't know. Again, also depends on your upset if the Packers beat Dallas. So I'm going Big Show and the Bucks for my upset.
AJ.
Well, obviously in my heart, I want to say Packers, just because Green Bay football in Dallas, we all know how that goes. But I think logically, the best upset that's going to happen this week, at least seeding wise, is going to be the Rams and the Lions.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good pick.
the Lions defense is atrocious. It has been since Green Bay beat them on Thanksgiving. They've given up 30 plus points every week since then. Lost to the Bears in that stretch. Gave up 23 to Nick Mullins yesterday. And now they have to play Cooper Kupp and Puka Nakua and Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams. I do not think
That's
their
crazy.
defense is going to be able to stop the Rams at all. And I
Matty
would pick
Ice
the Rams to
revenge
win by
game.
more than I'd pick
You
the
see,
Rams to win by more than a touchdown. That's how confident I am.
You can win
Wow.
outright. Oh my
wow.
god.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go at least 2 scores.
6
Wow.
seed on the road winning outright in the wild card. That is an awesome pick.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing with the Lions, AJ. I think Hutch for years to come could be just an absolute great defensive
He'll be a
player.
cornerstone on their defense for sure.
However, you obviously can't do it by him. He can't do it by himself, and he can't do it with only 3 other people. You need to have the entire defense on the same page. So honestly, with what AJ said, I could see it. I could see it because he's right.
And
If
you
you
know
look
what?
at the Thanksgiving game, he's right.
Look into the future. If the Lions somehow have a really good corner fall to them in the draft this year, I think that defense is going to look completely different next year.
You could say that. Yeah, you could say that. All right. Most overrated team in the playoffs. Oh boy.
I've known this answer since you brought that question up.
I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to think about this. I don't think it's the Ravens or 49ers at all.
You want me to go first? I'll go
Yeah,
first if
I'm
you want
gonna
me
have
to.
to think about this one. Yeah.
So I have an answer also.
Mike said he doesn't think it is, but I do think it is the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not even going to lie. I am not on the Brock Purdy train. He looked like garbage when he played a defense that can rush the passer. He played really bad against Cleveland. Still put everyone says he put them in a position to win and the kicker just missed. I don't care. He played like trash in that game. He doesn't play well against pressure, and Kyle Shanahan sucks in the playoffs most of the time. He cannot coach from behind, and if there is any point in this playoff run, whether it's in the wild card, well, they're not playing the wild card, but if from the divisional to the Super Bowl, if they are down late in the game, they will not win. Odds just say it. Kyle Shanahan is 0-39 whenever he trails by 8+ in the fourth quarter at any given point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think by far the easiest pick for the most overrated team would be the Niners.
I got a tie. I got a tie
So
for
do I.
two. So my first one, and I kind of hinted at it earlier, I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. We have seen this all the time. They cannot get to the dance with the roster they have, the quarterback they have. They can't do it. And I could eat my words, but I don't think the Cowboys can do it. And my second one, they just barely made it on, and this is going to come to a shock to you all. I do think, in conversation-wise, I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers belong on that list.
As overrated?
I wouldn't say
Because-
we're overrated, though.
That's why I'm saying they at least should be talked about. Because listen, last 3 games that they've won, the Bengals defense, not the greatest in the NFL. Same thing with the
One of the
Seahawks.
worst against the pass. Yeah.
And then you also beat a bunch of backups against the Ravens. Sure, and Rain, still an impressive win. Don't get me wrong. But this season, you also lost to 2-10 teams. So I think the Steelers at least deserve to be talked about in the most overrated category. But I do think the Cowboys, I think overall, in my opinion, the Cowboys are the most overrated team. So I'm just stating facts. I love the Steelers. Don't get me wrong. But the facts are there. So
Now, any other year, I would put the Cowboys as overrated. But in
Me
this
too.
situation, the
One
Eagles
reason.
the Eagles are clearly not getting it done, and I don't believe in the 49ers, so I'm not going to put them there. My two that I'm putting for overrated, this might make some people angry, the 49ers and the Chiefs. I think
Okay.
people
Yep.
found out this. I think people found out this year it is very easy to fluster Mahomes. He gets angry. He starts making stupid plays. I think he has been somewhat of a sickness to that team. I think he gets too hot. He throws helmets. Anytime he's off the field, they show the camera on him. He's yelling at his O-line. I think he's easy to fluster, and he's not going to get it done this year. So I'm going Niners and Chiefs as my overrated tied.
Oh, before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, I actually won my fantasy football league, so I'm just gonna put this on right here. There we go. Just gonna keep that on.
Mike and I both got it on today.
So AJ, you can go ahead.
I mean, outside of the Lions, I think the most overrated team is the Cowboys. I mean, they've showed time and time again they choke in big games, like against Miami. They choked against the Cardinals week 3 without Kyler.
Yeah, I wouldn't
They
even say
can't
they
stop.
choked. I would say they just flat out got outplayed in that game.
Exactly. They lost to the Eagles by double digits, and obviously we all know how suspect the Eagles are. And just the Cowboys are really, really good at tricking you because they beat up on bad teams by a lot. But when they play real contenders, it comes down to one score, and they typically don't win those games. Outside of the Cowboys, though, I think it's the Dolphins. The Dolphins also just
Yeah.
cannot win against winning record teams.
I am
And
just
they also
expecting
have just
Steelers
gotten.
every time, but wow,
They also got
I'm surprised, AJ.
absolutely. The Dolphins are just getting absolutely shredded by the injury bug at the worst time of year. Like Buffalo
Exactly.
scored 21 points yesterday, and Josh Allen looked bad. If they had Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, a healthy Javon Holland, a healthy Xavier Howard on their defense still, and it wasn't down to Christian Wilkins, Zach Seiler, and Jalen Ramsey, who's
Andrew
still
Van
really
Ginkel.
good, and Andrew Van Ginkel. Listen, I love me some Gink. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on. No, they're just getting
Yeah, no.
absolutely shredded by the injury bug. Tua looked like he does against good teams, unfortunately, most of the time.
The Dolphins have one win against teams above 500 in the last 2 years, and it was Dallas.
Yeah. So before we move on, now that we've given our overrated picks, I want to quickly make a case for the Cowboys, real quick.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have most definitely seen this time and time again with the Cowboys. Everyone talks about them. They're good in the regular season. This is their third straight 12-plus win season. Every team that has ever won 3 or more, or had 3 or more seasons where they won 12 straight games in a row, they've made at least one Super Bowl. That's besides the point. Everyone, this is the same thing we've seen every year, except for one thing. The Cowboys are the 2 seed this year, and if there's one thing the Cowboys are fantastic at, it's playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike years in the past where they were the 5 seed because they couldn't quite get it done against the Eagles, they are the 2 seed. Any playoff game will be running through Dallas up until the NFC Championship, barring something absolutely insane with the Niners. So I do think that this is the year that the Cowboys at least finally make it to the NFC Championship game for the first time in 27, 28 years, because they finally, up until the championship game, get to play at home.
That's a good case. That is a good case for the Cowboys. So now it's time for our most underrated team, and I'm going to. Before I want to preface this about the Steelers. I'm rooting for the Steelers to win the Super Bowl because why wouldn't I? I'm just stating a fact and being fair as
Me too.
a co-host on a talk show. We got to be fair. We can't be saying like for real the Steelers are going to go to the Super Bowl because obviously that's the team we root for. But we got to be fair because that's how we succeed in the talk show world. Is we gotta be fair. We gotta know the facts. So I'm gonna go first for the underrated team because I gotta step out real quick. And Alex is gonna like this pick. I think it's the Texans. I think CJ Stroud is rookie of the year. It's not even close. He's been playing his ass off. He's so good this year, and I think the Texans. I would say watch out. I think they really with CJ Stroud as the quarterback. I think they were really good this year. So
They get a chance to get
Yep.
back at Cleveland, who embarrassed them without CJ a couple weeks ago on Christmas
Yep.
Eve.
Yep. But I'm gonna step out real quick, boys.
So I actually, like you guys did for the last one, Caden, you and Mike did. I actually have a tie for this one. My first one, Mike beat me to it. My first one is the Texans. Finally, one of my Buckeye quarterbacks is proving everyone else wrong and showing that they can play at the NFL level. He's successful. He's playing really well. Like Mike said, he's clear-cut offensive rookie of the year in my mind. I think any other year it would unanimously be Puka Nacua, but I think with CJ, the way he's carried his team and the way they've looked without him when he had a concussion this year, I think he's got to be the offensive rookie of the year. I'm a big fan of D'Amico Ryans. He's one of very few defensive-minded head coaches that I actually really like a lot. And I think he's one of the very rare exceptions of defensive-minded head coaches that can work in the league. And my other team, and I think AJ is going to like this based off of what he said, last one is the Rams. I believe in Sean McVay. He is one of many genius offensive minds from the Shanahan coaching tree. I think Matthew Stafford's still got, I mean, the way he's been playing the past couple of weeks, he still looks like he's got plenty of juice to me. I'm sure it helps that Puka and Kupp are getting wide open all the time, but I think, like AJ said, Puka, Kupp, Kyron, the defense is pretty revitalized. I've never seen a team win the Super Bowl and then be the worst team the year after they win the Super Bowl and then be right back in the playoff race the next year. Like they won a Super Bowl, soft rebuilt, and now they're right back in the race again. So like that's really impressive, and I think that the Rams have an equally good case as the Texans for being the best underrated team in the playoffs this year.
Now, for mine, Alex and I both made points for this team. Their seeding does not say that they are underrated, but everybody in the country says this about them every year. But my underrated team is going to be the Cowboys because every year everybody says, oh, and I don't like them, and they do choke in the playoffs every year. But the Eagles, I don't feel can get it done this year. The 49ers, I don't feel can get it done this year. If the Cowboys can win their first game, I think they go on a run. I think they make it to the Super Bowl.
I also think personally that Mike McCarthy is playing for his job right now. I know that a
Yes.
lot of people aren't going to think that, but if you win 12 games in 3 straight years and you don't make it past the divisional round, I really think, especially depending on the situation other places, you're thinking Eric Bieniemy could be their head coach. Bill Belichick could be their next head coach. There are some hot names out there. So I think Mike McCarthy is coaching for his job right now.
I think honestly a lot of them are in a certain way. I mean, even talk about Dak Prescott. Oh, Dak Prescott, is he a good quarterback? Yes, but it doesn't. If you win 11, 12 games every year, but you lose at the same time, what does it matter? What are you playing for then? I think they're all playing for a purpose and proving themselves.
And let me tell you, if they make it to at least the conference championship game, Dak Prescott is getting a bag this offseason.
Yes.
Nick Wright's been saying it. I agree. If he gets them to the NFC championship or even especially the Super Bowl, he's getting like 4 years, 240, like 190 to 200 guaranteed.
Yes.
It just came out on Twitter just a second ago. Dennis Allen says he expects to return as the New Orleans Saints coach. We'll see about
That is
that.
a bad call. That is a
We'll
bad
see about
call.
that. We
That
will
is a
see about that.
bad call.
We will see.
All right, AJ, go ahead.
All right. To rebuttal your Cowboys glazing over here. Jordan Love is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
He's on a run.
Dude over his last 9 games, 20 touchdowns to 3 interceptions.
That's the Rodgers ratio right there.
He is second in the NFL in passing touchdowns. He made the playoffs with the youngest team in NFL history to ever do so, with the average age of his player being a 24.
That's crazy.
He does not have a receiver who is in their 3rd year as a professional football player. Yet here he is in the playoffs. With the genius at coach, Matt LaFleur, I could see Green Bay actually making a run. Even though they're my team, take out the whole being loyal to them part and just look at it realistically. I do believe that they can beat Dallas. If they'd have to play San Fran next. I don't know if they'd be able to beat San Fran. I think we can at least win a playoff game, and that's a lot more than people are giving us credit for now.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, Jordan Love in the
Okay.
month of December. 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 pick in the month of December is crazy.
Okay, now it's time for who we think's gonna be in the Super Bowl and who do we think's gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go through the list. This is how I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna narrow it down because it's kind of hard. So I'm gonna
got
say
my
it out
pick.
loud to actually get to think of mine. Steelers, no. Bills, no. Dolphins, no. Chiefs, please no. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Ravens on the AFC. NFC, sorry AJ. Packers, no. Cowboys, to stick with my upset, no. Lions, even though I want it, no. Eagles, no. I'm gonna go with the Ravens and the Rams. That's a little bit of a weird one, but
Rams making a run.
I'm gonna go with the Rams. I seriously am gonna go with the Rams because I'm looking at here's the thing. I'm
The
looking
Rams
at
beating Shanahan in the NFC Championship again would be so funny.
You see, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I think with what Alex said about the 49ers is right. I don't think they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think the Eagles are good enough. The Bucks now. Lions, though, I like the Lions, and I think maybe they can make a run if you surprise some people. But the point that AJ made about the defense, and I'm saying that because I'm not repeating what AJ so we can get going. What AJ said about the Lions is right. So I don't think it's going to be them. And then keeping with my answer with the upset, I don't think it's going to be the Cowboys. But it narrows it down to the Rams. Now, in terms of who's going to win the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be the Ravens. I honestly thought it was going to be the Ravens in the beginning of the season, and I'm going to stick with the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. So that's my pick. Ravens versus Rams, with the Ravens going over. I like how I'm speaking in wrestling terms.
See, for my Super Bowl pick, I am going Ravens and Cowboys. I'm also going to add in there two extremely high-powered offenses. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott proved that last night. They went off together. I think that is going to be a very high-scoring game. Regardless, they both have pretty good defenses, but I think when you put in the two great offenses, it's not going to matter. I'm going a 52-49 win for the Ravens.
God.
That sounds crazy.
Okay, so like Caden, I'm going to do the thing that I never thought I'd be doing in my life, but I'm also going to be putting the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl this year. I think that while the Niners did put it down on the Cowboys, that was in what was that in September still, or was that October?
That was very early stages.
Let's take a look here. I can't remember which one it was. That game was all the way back on October 8th. I do think that I'm basing this purely off of the Cowboys making it to the NFC Championship, because if the Cowboys make it to the NFC Championship for the first time in 28 years with that offense performing the way it's performing right now, I think that Dallas could very easily get out to an early lead. And again, I've said this time and time again, I do believe in Kyle Shanahan when he is trailing in a football game. So if Dallas, who is playing with all that emotion, uses it properly, goes into San Francisco after getting smacked in San Francisco at the beginning of the year and jumps out quick, I think that Kyle Shanahan does what Kyle Shanahan does, and he can't keep up. Brock Purdy can't sit back there and hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey or go to Brandon Ayuk or Deebo Samuel for 75-yard touchdowns anymore. And I think he has to play big boy football, and I think that Dallas will be ahead enough that it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go Ravens Cowboys in the Super Bowl, and I am also going to pick the Ravens to win, because I think this feels like a destiny season for Lamar Jackson right now.
Yeah.
With the heart he's playing with, and the new weapons and all of the new offensive coordinator, the amazing defense, I just think it's too much. I think the Ravens win the Super Bowl. I don't think it's as high scoring as Cadence says, but I am going to go what was it last year? Eagles Chiefs 38-35.
38-35.
I'm going to go Ravens. I'm going to go Ravens over Cowboys 42-31.
AJ, let's hear it.
Wow. So I'm a big fan of the underdog. Right now, I did my little predictor on the side here.
Oh, you did your playoff predictor? Love it.
My current Super Bowl matchup is Rams-Browns.
Two absolute sleepers, dude. I love it.
With the Cleveland Browns winning.
Please tell me you have Joe Flacco revenge game against Baltimore. You would have to, right?
Joe Flacco beats the Ravens in the championship.
To go to the Super Bowl.
I need it.
I
need it. Dude,
now, here's my outlook on it. My current championship matchup, 49ers versus Rams. I have the Rams taking that because when they played them the first time, Stafford was out. They're on a roll right now with Puka and Kupp.
Told you, man. Rams sending Shanahan home again.
My championship in the AFC. My championship in the AFC is Baltimore-Cleveland. I think Baltimore's defense is the only defense in the league that can stop Lamar Jackson. I truly, firmly believe that Myles Garrett is the only one capable of stopping Lamar Jackson from winning a Super Bowl. And I think when push comes to shove, they get the job done.
I love it. I love it.
I need that for the Joe Flacco revenge game. I also need that so that Steeler fans on Twitter just go absolutely crazy. I would love it.
Yes.
I need that. I seriously need that. That would be fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, so we're at 32 minutes right now, and we do have some separate things to film that we'll film this Wednesday before the show goes out. So we'll try to wrap it up quickly. But real quick, I just want to say Pitt did lose to North Carolina. Whatever. But Pitt did get their first ACC win against Louisville. Blake Himson continues to be him. So just keep it going. Just seriously, just keep it going. Try to win. Play good basketball.
they're
It's that
hot.
simple. Just make it to the tournament. I don't care about the top 25. It does not mean anything in college basketball. As long as you have a winning record and you make the tournament, that's what matters. So that's my quick thought on Pitt, and also my quick thought on the Hawks. Oh my God, they stink. They are 14-21.
Oh my God.
But they did come back in the third quarter to send it into overtime with the Orlando Magic, who are 21-15. Trae Young continues to be the best shooter on the Hawks. Please, for the love of God, just keep it going. Seriously, just keep it going. You might have to think about trading some guys. Maybe DeAndre Hunter. Maybe you're not trading Trae Young. You're not trading Murray after he signed that big contract. So just stop. So just stop. I think it'd be stupid to trade Trae Young. Clint Capella, that's another one I would trade and look out for. And then I think AJ Griffin, when he's healthy, I think he should be the I think he should be in there. I think maybe if you can get something out of Bogey, you trade him. I don't know, but I would definitely focus on shipping Hunter that I don't actually see on here, and Clint Capella as well. So that's my quick word on the Hawks. Real quick, it's national championship night, boys.
Oh, wait. Other NBA thing. Draymond Green is off of indefinite suspension. He has been reinstated to the league after, quote, several weeks of counseling.
I was just going to add a hot take real quick, if I could, for 1 second. I think the Warriors are coming back from last place and winning it all this year.
I had a bold take a couple weeks ago that Draymond would get reinstated, suck, and retire. So we'll see.
Steph Curry all the way, Mike.
Anyway, before we send it out of here, Alex, let's give our final. Even though it'll be out after the Natty Championship, so let's see if we're correct. I'm gonna go Michigan over Washington in a 10 point game. That's what I'm going with. I think Michigan will beat Washington, and I think Twitter will go off. That's my prediction for tonight.
Washington over that team up north, 41-28.
I want Michigan. I don't mind either of the teams. I'm rooting for Michigan, but I think Washington's high-powered offense is beating Michigan tonight. I'm going 38-24.
I wanted Texas and the Natty so bad.
I'm going 42-38 Michigan. Send Jim Harbaugh out on a good note so he can come to the NFL on a high.
That's valid.
There we go. But yeah, I mean this isn't our last thing we're filming, but this is basically the last part of Boro Tailgate Talks on the Edinburgh Now channel. I got some things planned. I got a little tribute video for the stuff we've done on Edinburgh Now that I'll continue to work on later tonight. And yeah, so at the end of this, you will see the tribute and maybe a couple new things that will be happening on Tailgate Talks. We'll see. But yeah, it was, even though I like how I'm acting like it's all over and we're not doing a show anymore. But I don't know. It's like you start Boro Tailgate Talks and it feels like something special's ending, but like something special is about to begin. And I think with the change, I think we'll go past the bar that was set for us and continue to move away from that bar in a positive note is what I think will happen. And yeah, but hey, next week first Tailgate Talks on the Tailgate Talks official account. Go subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I will hunt you down. And
It'll be in the link of this video.
yes. And then next week, January 18th, Critical Eye with Isaac Petcash.
God, that's next week or like
Alex,
a week and a half away.
Alex and I will be on there, and yeah, so we have some homework to do. So Alex, if when we go back up this Sunday, we'll have to get together and get some notes together, and so we're prepared for television, which we'll have to deal with commercials and everything, which is going to be weird.
God,
So it's going to be weird, but I
10
can't
days
wait.
away.
It's going to be an exciting, and this is the first. If I'm sorry, boys, 1 second. Okay, no, I thought for some reason this was the first of 2024. I'm stupid. But it's gonna be a great 2024. Already going on television. It's crazy, and yeah, Tailgate Talks official. Go subscribe. So, Alex, you want to send us over to our last part thing or idea that we have? I like it. Doesn't even cover the whole thing because we've got the boxes. Anyway, so
no,
this
I
is our
can't
last.
do that. I gotta cut Mike off. I'm already at Mike's house.
No,
for
this
his
is not
birthday.
Tailgate. Stop. This is not
This
Tailgate.
is not
no.
Tailgate.
I can actually mute you this time.
That's fair. Yeah, I might need it. Here, I'll just play Pokemon like Alex played Angry Birds at the trial.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about with Trial, go check out Alex Brown Vlogs. Anyway, I almost forgot what I was going to say. This is our last part of episode 69. Nice. Of Boro Tailgate Talks. The last ever Boro Tailgate Talks. And I said it before. I like how I'm acting like the show is just completely... Yeah, we're all dying and the
I
show's
know.
completely dead.
It's like, it doesn't help that we're all in, like, especially, like, you and I are in, like, really overcast, like, kind of dark rooms, like... It's a happy
I'm not.
occasion.
I got my
we're
white
streaming
girl
it,
ring light on right now. So
Yeah, I also got my
I know you got
not
the
my
other
ring
three
light,
have
but
good
my
lighting,
lights on.
but I'm in my dungeon. It
I will
does the
say
thing
though,
where it's like bright for a second and then it goes dark. Is that like auto brightness?
probably.
That's not bad.
trains going by my. This is just okay. I'm just gonna continue before this turns into a failgate. So yeah, last Boro Tailgate Talks. I will say, it was nice to start on a channel that had a lot of subscribers already.
Yeah.
You know, get our foot in the door on the YouTube side of things, but I think it will be more accomplishing, in my opinion, if we know all the subscribers we get are for us and us only.
Right.
I don't know how many subscribers we probably would have got on Edinburgh now because of the show. I don't know what the metrics are on that. I'd have to look. I don't even know if you can look, but
I don't either.
But yeah, I guess I could start off with because this literally, and we hammer this into the ground, and we say this a lot, but it's true. This is Richie's baby. He asked me first, and then I asked Alex.
Yeah.
So Richie, I mean, did you think when you had this idea, like, did you think we'd be 69 nice episodes into to the show, or did you think this will probably only go for a few weeks and then we'll stop?
I really didn't know where you were gonna take it, so I just suggested it. Didn't think it would get to episode 69.
It was kind of like Alex. It was kind of like Richie was like, "Show here, take it, do something."
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
And then I asked Alex to do it, and then Alex asked Joe to help, and then Joe stayed with us, and then Haley literally just joined like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
Jared's been around a couple times.
Yeah, Mike's
Alex
joining us. Go ahead, Joe. Joe,
Alex
it's not
told me to
tailgate, come on.
run some cameras, and I'm like, okay, that'll be fun. One-time thing, whatever. And then I got stuck with you guys.
I remember Mike kind of asked me, and he was like, yeah, like, we're kind of looking for some help. And I was like, well, what do you need help with? And he was like, maybe some like
Maintaining
audio
our
stuff.
god awful microphone levels.
Yeah. And I was like, sure, I'll come help.
Yeah,
And now Haley gives me dirty looks when I'm talking about the Penguins through the glass.
only because you didn't know who somebody
Matt
was.
Nieto.
That's all.
Yeah, I know.
Joe just put in the chat, Alex's mullet is godly.
Wasn't
Wait,
even
are
intended
you-
to be a mullet. It's just kind of looks like one because the back's so long.
I was gonna say, are you trying to grow out a mullet? I was gonna say.
I think that I would need to be tested by the one and only Anthony Gentili if I was actually going to get a mullet. So,
And getting catfish in your room.
yeah.
By the way, I'm getting the alerts on my
Joe,
phone.
this is your version of snapping us during the show.
But yeah, I mean, Alex, I mean, most cases with people our age would probably see the viewership, and we're not pulling Skip and Shannon numbers out here, like, or we're not pulling
They'll probably
ESPN
just
or Pat
lose
McAfee show numbers.
interest, honestly.
In most cases, people would stop, but we're still going. But
Also,
we're still
people's
going.
attention spans are just so short nowadays. If it isn't posting a TikTok that gets 30 million views in one night, they don't want it because they don't want to keep doing it like every week. They want to just be able to have something blow up and then just ride that for however long they can. But like we actually have, like actually wanted to do something that was like legit. And like this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I've always wanted to talk about sports on YouTube. I just never really got around to it. Still might be getting a film breakdown channel for me at some point. God knows if that's actually going to happen or not. But yeah, I mean, this is just kind of something that it was like, I didn't know. Because like, even when you asked me to do this, we weren't like super close yet. So I was like, all right, like I'll come on and be a guest, but like me and this dude might not even be friends by next year for all I know. Like, we just had no idea at the time. We weren't even that close. But obviously now it's a lot different. We actually have a crew with us. We have people that do things for us for the hefty price of $0, which I think we could say we are very appreciative of, because it would be a whole lot more of a pain in the ass to run this show if it was just the two of us.
Oh, for sure. Like,
so
literally.
Obviously thankful for that.
Yeah, and we said it before. We can't do it by ourselves. We just can't.
No.
There was a little behind the scenes for you. There's a couple athlete spotlights. I can't remember which ones, where it was just me, Alex, and Joe, and it is hard.
It's a pain. It really can be.
It is a pain.
If we were doing a couch show in my living room where we just had a camera running and that was it, that would be different. But like, we're in like a studio doing this in like a professional manner. Like, it's not as simple as like go click record and then sit down in front of the camera. Like, we like to do things in a professional way. So
yeah, for real.
For real.
But yeah, for real. No cap on God. Okay, no. So before we wrap this up, Joe, I'll send it to you. I mean, did you think, because you were there since day one? I mean, did you think we'd be still going like when we started the show, or like?
I think it helps.
It's crazy
that it wasn't something I'd ever considered. Like there's things like I do, and then I think about them and I start, and I'm like, oh yeah, I thought it'd be farther now, or I'm farther than I thought it'd be. But with this, it was completely like out of left field, in a good way. But so I guess I haven't really had that same same level of attachment, just in a different way maybe. But yeah, I mean, it's really just really interesting to see how it's evolved, and I think more than I would have expected it to be had I thought about it beforehand. But
yeah, and if you think about it, in 69 episodes, nice.
Nice.
You look at the things we've accomplished already. We went live twice. We interviewed the Cavs PA announcer. We interviewed a former NFL coach, currently a coach in the Canadian Football League. We interviewed
2022 CFL Grey Cup champions, Toronto
Yeah,
Argonauts.
he's gonna make me run laps if I didn't say that. And then a very popular Pittsburgh sports writer in Cody Duncan, and then Isaac Petcash, whose show we're literally going on, and we're
8
literally
days.
going on television in 8 days. By the way,
Oh,
good lord. And we might have a couple things in the plans. We don't want to say it yet, just in case it doesn't happen. But like, it's crazy. It is crazy, and we didn't even. I mean, yeah, we didn't even make it to 100 episodes yet, which we can't because to rebrand, like we have to rebrand. But yeah, so it's just.
I think we'll still do like a pseudo episode 100 thing, because like we are going to try and pull all the old episodes and put them on the new channel and everything. So even though we're restarting,
is the next show Tailgate Talks 1, not Tailgate Talks 1?
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
So we're ending this at 69.
And restarting. Yeah.
Mean, not nice.
Yeah.
Mean. Okay.
Can I
I think we should still do a
not
pseudo.
on purpose.
I think we should
Yeah,
still
I
do a
think that's
pseudo
good idea.
episode
like a
100.
legacy type deal.
I was gonna say, just from like, cause even though I wasn't on from like the beginning, like helping you guys, like I watched obviously the first episode all the way up to like current episode, and I don't know, I've seen the progression. So like, kudos to you guys.
We get recognized by late night workers that are making our food.
Yeah, that is crazy. And I look like a gringo white boy. Jeez, oh my god.
I love how.
Let me change the light for a second.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck.
It's a gringo white boy.
Yeah, and honestly, I look at the first episode and then I look at it now, and I can just tell that, man, I just bulked up. Like,
Yeah, Mike bulked up. My beard bulked up.
Richie's beard bulked up.
Richie's beard
My
bulked up.
hairstyle is done parkour.
No, but literally, you could tell a difference.
It went from the right to the left, whole 90 degrees.
Real quick, I will say about this, you definitely can tell from one to now the level of progression and like how more comfortable we got on camera as the weeks
the flow
progressed.
is so different. Because like even for me, who had been making like vlogs and stuff like that forever, it's such a different like setting, and like vlogs you're just kind of like recording and like whatever happens, but then like this, you actually have things to talk about, like it's actually structured. And we're still not nearly as structured as other shows are. We don't have a script or anything. We don't have time cues, which I'm sure is going to be really interesting when we go on TV in a week, trying to deal with commercial breaks and time cues and us actually having to talk at like a reasonable pace. So
oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. Yes, Critical Eye, January 18th. Watch it. But yeah, before we cue everything, we got to give some thank yous out. All right. Number 1, Jim Wirtz for allowing us to use the studio.
Yep.
And post on Edinburgh Now and use all of that. Also to Ron Raymond, who gave us the connection to Sean Pevels, for having him come into the class. And yeah, okay, I may have seized the opportunity to ask him if he wanted to do the show, but hey, I was following what he was saying. I took the opportunity and I took it.
Also, thanks to Ron for just overall being a Chad.
Yeah, for real, because he's going to be helping us into Compton this Monday when we shoot the show.
Unlocking the building for us.
Yeah, literally. Also, Cody Duncan, who is not so likable guy on Twitter to many people, but
just the Pirates Twitter.
But what people don't see with him is he's literally one of the coolest and nicest guys off camera, like legit. And he's got 10,000 followers on Twitter, and this goes for everybody that guests we have. They don't have to come on here.
No.
Yet they want to. They have nothing. They are helping us. And Sean said it best in the episode. This is paying our dues. And by the way, if this is paying our dues, Oh no, this is hard. This is really hard.
Yeah. This is so much harder
Um,
than working 35 years for a pension. So much harder.
Yeah, for real. Then our next thank you goes to, you haven't seen him yet, Mike, who is part of the, what's his media group name
Mac
called
Media
again?
Group or something?
Mac Media Group. His idea for rebranding this entire thing and trying to help us grow the show and go past the bar that we need to go past to get where we need to go. And then I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Nathaniel for showing us how to go live and everything, even though he's a jerk. He's an absolute jerk, and yeah. Also, all the Edinburgh athletes that decided to come on for Athlete Spotlight.
Absolutely.
Let's see if I can remember every single one in order from the top of my head.
Yeah, I can, but not in order. So
Matt,
it's gonna be hard.
Kaylee, Caroline,
Dom,
Jill,
no,
Dom.
Dom. Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget the D10 gang. Come on.
Who's Bailey next?
Anthony. Oh, Bailey, Anthony, Speegs, Richie. I think that's all. Again, thank you for coming on. You did not have to, but you guys did. So thanks for that. And then also, and Alex can chip in and whatever. Next thank you goes to you, Haley. Once again, you did not have to help us, but you do. You have to deal with us when we have to do the mic checks and everything, when we want to scream our lungs out, and you deal with it, even though Richie said, nah, I'm not doing this anymore, so he passes it on to you. So once again, thank you for that. And then my next thank you will go to Jared, one of the most talented cameramen I can see. If you see his shots and his Instagram, I think it's Jared Bub Productions, I think. Great shots.
Something like that.
So much talent. One of the coolest dudes. Once again, just like everybody, he has many he has many reasons to be like, nah, I'm busy. But when he's able to come and help, he still does. So just thanks for that. Alex, would you like to thank the two gentlemen on our screen right now?
Yes, obviously. Obviously, Mike already said thanks to Haley for joining us, the newest edition. Joe, Richie, both you. Obviously, Richie, because it was your idea, and without you having the idea, Mike and I would have never ended up doing this the way we are. Joe, you've been my friend since high school. Obviously, the first person I would have gone to was you to ask to do something fun like that because I figured you would probably want in on it, and I know you took the legendary John Kaminsky's TV studio in high school, so.
It's Derek.
I can't remember if that's his
I
name or
didn't
not.
go to Moon. Why did I laugh?
Derek. That's funny.
Derek
I did see
Kaminsky,
John
yeah.
Kaminsky at Planet Fitness though. So
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Yeah. But yeah, you came on with us obviously first. When Richie was on when all three of us, me, Mike, and Richie were on the first episode together.
Don't.
It was just you back there on that switcher running that all by yourself. So, GOAT floor director, obviously.
thanks.
Everyone else everyone that's been on the show, Isaac Petcash, Sean Pebbles, Mike Miller, all of our athlete spotlight people, everyone that subscribes and watches every week. Thank you all for doing this and being a part of this journey with us. Mike, you're my co-host. This show would not be the same if it wasn't the two of us being stupid on camera every week. Making bets on rapid fire and fantasy football. We didn't do a fantasy league together this year. I don't know why. Yeah. Thanks to the Little Bro Glasses for providing funny content for the channel.
If you guys actually think that this is just for a fake bet thing, no, I actually am
This is
wearing
not
these.
just a bit. Yeah.
And I get fined every time I am seen without wearing them, including here where I live. When I see Bryce or Landon, they send the memo to Alex, and then Alex gets it to Richie, and then I see that little old slip in my mailbox from Richie.
That little pink slip. Who else? Did I miss anyone?
And if there's enough fines, you get a receipt. So be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we missed anybody, obviously, we do apologize, but if you were a part of this,
Oh, I think
thank
we
you.
should thank Megan for the logo design.
Megan too. for the
Megan
logo
did design
and
the original
everything.
logo.
Yep,
Good call,
yep.
Joe.
And also thanks to Austin for coming up with Boro Tailgate.
Thanks to other Mike who may or may not have created our new logo that may or may not be
At the end of this, maybe
at the end of this video.
We'll see. But we gotta wrap this up and send it to the tribute because this is going way too long. But
Yeah.
yes, thank you for anybody that's joined. This is probably the best thing that's ever happened to, I could say for me at least, best thing that's ever happened to me. Doing this every Monday. I can confidently say that I do not remember life without the show. Like, it has been way too long. We've been doing this for 69 nice straight weeks.
Nice.
And we're not done. Even though Boro Tailgate Talks is and we're moving channels, we're not done. And and I can say this whenever, and maybe it can go for you guys too, whenever my spirits are down for whatever, all I know is that if it's Monday, my spirits are going up because we're shooting a sports talk show and we're talking about what we love.
Monday's so much better.
Honestly made Monday my favorite day. Let's be real here. Minus Wednesday. Wink. All right. Thank you for watching. Here is a tribute video for Boro Tailgate Talks. Alex, would you like to do the paper toss on the Edinburgh Now channel for the very last time? Even though there's a little montage at the end of it. But this is for this episode 69. Nice paper toss with very last time paper toss on the Edinburgh Now channel. So go ahead, Alex.
Last words again. Thank you to the university for being such a gracious host for us, giving us a platform to start hopefully a mini career for us in the world of media. It's been fun. Thank you for having us and letting us start.
Might be on the side.
Might be on the side. And again, like Mike said, for the last time, from Edinburgh Now, good night, America.
Hello and welcome on to the Boro Tailgates.
Yeah, I'm 7-1 in his league, and I'm gonna win. But here's the thing: I don't have Andrews next week.
He's calling it. He's calling it live right now on the show.
Yep.
My man is calling his dub.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's a glorious victory Monday on the home front.
I can't do it!
Come on, nope, sit down. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our first Zoom show. How about that, Alex?
Crazy, man.
The current quarterback coach for the Toronto Argonauts. I have Mike Miller with us today.
Alex, to say, I went there and I was promoted to the receivers coach job within a month. They had to let our receivers coach go, and they promoted me. I knew the responsibility that I had.
How do you not challenge that play at the end zone?
His challenge percentage is atrocious. He doesn't know what he just, I don't know.
And
How do you not challenge that? Bryce, Alex, Ian, the king is back.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go.
Let's go! Hey, Joe, let's go!
Let's take a victory lap first.
Wait, no, dude.
Yeah, let's go. Oh!
Wow.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Nah, he's still going. He's still going.
Oh!
Why are you hitting me in the head? Why? What are you doing? Why are you hitting me in the head?
Contract states that the loser of the rapid fire challenge must endure a punishment until defeating said opponent in another competition.
When did what?
But no, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Alex, remember?
I was. And fade the blind.
Good night, America. That's all for us.
Oh!
No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't hit me in the head again. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Sit down. Have a seat.
Let's go! That's so loud.
And we're here. And oh, wait a minute. Is that Joe? I can see. I mean, I know this camera, the wide shot camera's in the way.
Space time. You're breaking the fourth wall.
I never thought that, especially with just like such a random little idea that we had to do a little sports show, I never thought that we would be doing something like this fast.
Is that sad?
Let's go,
Buccos! Let's go, Buccos! 7 straight, baby! Woo! We're live, pal. For the seasons to come of Boro Tailgate Talks.
It's been a dream come true so far. Honestly, it's been everything that I wanted it to be.
Run after it like a.
One of the 2 co-hosts that actually decided to show up today.
I think I should just take my shirt off.
Dude.
I'm good.
The flare flop.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is actually a first in the studio. We actually have a guest today, and I think it's fair to say you're not very liked by Pirates Twitter on Twitter.
Yeah, not too much.
Not too much. But we have Cody Duncan on the.
Not even good bread. That's stupid bread with the seeds and the nuts in it that nobody buys. It gets stale on the shelf in Walmart while its sad employees stare at it because someone doesn't know where to find it whenever they're looking for it.
Oh, I'm gonna win the whole thing. I'm just better. I'm better than both of them. They both suck. Fat doesn't know anything about anything. He's a Titans fan, for God's sakes. Mike is on Tony Khan's constantly. Also, only talks about the Pirates. Knows absolutely nothing. I'm gonna clean the board. I'm winning the championship. Shouldn't even be a question.
I am pissed off. PA announcer for the Cleveland Cavaliers and Erie Seawolves. I did not forget that. Sean Pebbles. Sean, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is awesome.
Jesus. Penn State offense. So young. Full of life.
Oh, God. In the arms of the angel.
I'm gonna be the backup to Alex for this show anymore.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that was.
If you did the 40-yard dash right now, what do you think your time would be?
Right now?
Yeah.
Like without any warm up? Like
You can warm up.
If you were to warm up and run a 40 right now, what would you run?
probably 4 or 5.
But I would like to start off by saying some very nice things about the Denver Broncos.
On the wide, ladies and gentlemen, introducing another special guest. This has been absolutely incredible, the amount of guests we've been able to have on this show. Erie News Now, correct?
Correct.
What's the name of your show?
The Critical Eye.
The Critical Eye.
That's a good name.
Erie News Now, on the CW, local television, Isaac Petcash.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is pretty neat.
on.
I'm sorry I didn't wear the jersey. I couldn't make it to trifecta. Although I feel like, Mike, you're wearing the jersey of the guy who's actually been performing with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this guy
Alex, you're a little off the rocker there, but
There he is, the man himself, Jared. He's back. There we go.
Would you rather fight a chicken every time you got in your car, or fight one gorilla once a year, but you have a sword to defend yourself?
Gorilla, absolutely.
You're taking ones with a gorilla?
How many times do you get in your car? How many times do you get in your car?
I can break a chicken's neck.
But how? Like, because then at that point, hear me out. You have to like prepare. You have to be like, give yourself like, okay, like I need 10 minutes to fight a chicken.
Okay. We're gonna handle this.
What the
right now? We're just gonna handle that right now.
Favorite Edinburgh girls soccer player. Dom, favorite Edinburgh football player. That is not, and it can't be yourself.
Oh man.
Is Matt Canada still employed?
Judgment Tales,
I forgot what I was just gonna say.
Favorite food?
Anything Italian.
Yeah. You heard it right. You heard it right, people.
No, we will not celebrate a man losing his job. What did I just say? We will not.
Good night, America. Good night, America. Good night, America. Good night, America. Good night, America.